In that 6 months, I've lost almost 50 pounds. It has been an amazing transformation. Everyone I see now is wondering what I've done. They just can't believe it's me. I can't believe it's me.
TopFitPros.com.
Hey, we just talked about the triggers to overeating. You need to know those and avoid those. You need to know what the triggers are for you in particular, but you also need to know what your true motivation is to lose the weight. Before you start trying to reach a particular goal weight, you need to know what's going to motivate you to get there and stay there. You need to really think about that, really dig down, because that true motivation is what will make you successful. That is what will allow you to be able to avoid those triggers and remind you when you're faced with a trigger like that, no, I would rather get to my true goal than to eat this bit of food that is tempting me, to succumb to this trigger. So what kind of true motivation am I talking about? Well, the most common is, meet Mr. or Miss Right. If you're single and you just want to lose some weight and be more attractive so you'll have a more successful dating experience, that is a totally valid reason to lose weight. Hold on to that and go after it. That's great. But that's only one of many, many reasons why people need to lose weight. Having a longer, healthier life is a big one. People who are overweight over a long period of time go into terrible downward health spirals. Terrible. As they get older, especially when they get past 40. Starts to get worse, 50 even worse. And a person who is really seriously overweight a lot of times doesn't make it past the 70s. That's just a fact. So you want a better quality life than you can have if you're overweight, and that's a great motivator. So think about that. Another may be if you look at the next generation, the generation that was older than you, and what happened? Your parents and their siblings, what happened to them? If they didn't take care of themselves, as they got into those older years, did they go into a really bad spiral like with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol? Or maybe you already have some of those things and you want to get rid of them. All of that is really important, and they're really valid reasons to take care of yourself. When you get into your 50s and you're a man, you can lose your potency. You can become impotent because of diabetes, because of being overweight for too long. You don't have to end up impotent, but a huge percentage of the population does among males by the time they're in their 50s. And that is an important motivator if you recognize that as a looming possibility. Keep thinking, what motivates me? Why do I want to keep the weight off? Why do I want to get the weight off? Okay, another is loss of mental facilities, dementia, Alzheimer's. Those are all associated with poor eating habits. There have been studies about type 3 diabetes, which is basically insulin resistance in the brain, and how that can lead to dementia. And you don't want to have that. So I've had clients looking at their grandparents and how they've proceeded to dementia. I can tell you, I had a grandmother who had Alzheimer's, and it was a terrible thing to see. And I definitely do not want to get that. So that's, to me, is a big motivator, to eat right and take care of myself. You may also be concerned about your children or grandchildren and want to make sure that your body is able to help you to keep up with them so that you can run with a young child, that you can play with a young child, and be there and be healthy as your children get older and really do with them what you'd like to do. And that goes also to the quality of life that you can be active. Think about it. Your children may be getting to the point where as they get older, they'll want to do things that are very demanding. I've had clients whose boys were in Boy Scouts and they wanted to go on big hikes, big backpacking trips, and had to lose a lot of weight to be able to do that. And it's really important to make that determination that you're going to have your body able to do things so that you can say yes when there are things that are happening that you want to do. Maybe you don't want to go backpacking, but you want to play tennis with your kids. Or you want to do other activities with your kids. And you can't do it and be effective with it if you're obese. It's just not practical. So, very important reasons to lose weight and keep it off. Those quality of life issues. And then, of course, you may want to just play sports. You might enjoy, if you're young enough, you might enjoy athletics. You want to perform well in athletics, and you want to lose the weight to be able to be the best you can be in athletics. So those are all valid things. They all have to do with your quality of life. And you may have some other reasons that you can think of why your quality of life would be better if you didn't have the extra weight. And you need to really zoom in on those, think about them, focus on them, write them down, and remind yourself over and over and over that only through proper nutrition and body composition management, in other words, losing the extra pounds and staying fit, can you achieve those goals that you have. When you get really zeroed in on that and are vigilant to avoid those triggers and have ways to handle the triggers that would normally make you overeat, if you've got those two things going on, you're way ahead of the game, and then you can really get into setting your goal weight and following a plan of nutrition and fitness that will get you there, and you're going to be equipped with the tools that you need to be successful.
TopFitPros.com